and a truly depth of a subject. It can go to any extent and any length we briefly discussed. So now, as I understand that I am the spiritual being, what does it mean? What does it really mean? Is the question, right? I now understand, I realize that I am a spiritual being. How does it help me in my daily life? How does it help me in my uh, spiritual life? How does it help me in my penance of in my practice of doing meditation, right? What does it mean really? And that is what we're gonna talk a little more deeper into that. We're gonna talk about different angle as to how the life is looked upon and life is brought into existence for each of us. As we start to believe more and more that we are the spiritual beings, we are the divine beings, how to have human experience. So the number one thing that will start to shift is your way of looking at life. The way you look at your life, there will be a significant shift on it. What does it mean? It means that you will no longer take life seriously. What does it mean? Again, right? What does it mean seriously means, right? What does it mean is ideally you will start to understand life better. You look life as if that you have something to learn from it. You are no longer attached to the aspects, to the results, to the events, to the incidents, to whatever that life is bringing to you. You are no longer attached to it. You are living your life the way it should be lived. That's it. And this is a very, very important concept. And this is the reason why it is absolutely essential to understand that when you are coming to Earth, when you are here, you are not here for the sake of being here. You are here for a profound purpose. You are here for something that you wanted to complete. As we get into the deeper level into the subject, I want to ask one question to all of you. Right? What is the aim of life? Can anyone answer? What is the aim of life? Anyone?
Osho said, like, somebody was asking, like, what is the goal of life? He said, like, I have been telling you all these years, like, there is no goal in life.
Okay. What else? Any other responses? Anyone else? Any other perspectives? It is okay to speak up.
To reach out to nirvana.
To reach out to nirvana. Okay. What else? All right. See, all these are, see, the you know what you both kind of spoke about is my goal is this or my destination, right? That is my ultimate state of it, right? That I want to be in the nirvana or the moksha or the realization, liberation, whatever we call it. But if you really look at it, it is very simple. It is rudimentary. It is fundamental. What is the aim of life? The aim of life is to live. To live your life the way it should be lived. That's it. It is as simple as that. Because your life itself is an excellent teacher. The day-to-day things that are happening to you, if you really are ready, if you are really accepting that I am a divine being out to have human experience, every experience there is a learning. Doesn't matter whether it is a positive learning or negative learning, our soul is always learning. So in this context, if you really look at it, what is the aim of my life? The aim of my life is to live. I have to live. Now the question is, how do I have to live? Then comes happiness. I have to live happy. Happiness is my goal. Right? in one of the teachings, right? So they asked, the teacher asked the students in a school, what is that you want to get in life, right? Everybody, talks about success. Some talked about, I want to become this, I want to, some gives titles, right? All kids give every other thing, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a attorney, all that, right? But one kid stands up and he says, I want happiness. Okay, then teacher says, I don't think you understood the question. I was asking about what do you want to become, right? What do you want from life, right? And he says, he in turn tells the teacher that it seems like you don't understand the life, because if you really understand life, all you need is happiness. That's it. It doesn't really matter what you are doing. The question, the fundamental question that each of us have to ask ourselves is, are we happy? If you are happy, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. Albeit, if you are doing something sinful, you won't be happy, because there is all that mind that catches into your negative aspect of it. You will never be happy. So don't think that by doing negativity, I will be able to be happy. It won't work that way. Your soul is always in the joyful state, provided you are living righteously, right? In the righteous spirit is where happiness is there. So if you ask the question, what is my aim of life? My aim of life is to live. And how do I want to live? Happily. That's it. And for that, what do you need? Why do I need to be spiritual for me to be happy? Anyone? I'm going to ask these questions just to make sure we are entertaining and we are looking at different perspectives. Okay, don't think otherwise.
We I lost thought of chain. Repeat your question, sorry.
No, what is the purpose, right? What is, why you want to be happy?
Because if we are happy, then only we can be kind to other people. And when we are happy inside, that's what we give out to others. So there's a small story about this, that there was a palace which only had mirrors. And one dog entered in there and he was very angry. He saw 10 other thousands and thousands of dogs being angry at him. And then a little bit later, a little puppy went in there and he was very happy, wagging his tail. He saw other puppies wagging because, of course, they were in a mirror house, right? But as what we are, that's how we see the world. That's how our perspective of the world is. And if you're sad inside, we are going to be. So to make this whole world happy, we have to be happy ourselves inside first.
Exactly. That's spot on, right? That is exactly. So when I say, how do you want to be happy? It is nothing but, how do I want to be spiritual? It's the same thing. The outcome of spirituality is happiness. Always remember that happiness is different, spirituality is different, material life is different, my relationship is different. They are not different. They are all part of this one beautiful life of me, of you, each of you. So what is spirituality? We spoke about it last time, right? Going inward is all about spirituality. Going outward is all about material. Believing, yeah, go ahead.
We are going inwardly because we are slaves of our desires and we are running after the desire. We get disappointment and then we are unhappy. So the only people who are like unhappy, they will search for this, what is really happiness, or like how the spiritual can help the person to be happy.
Correct. So it is not just that. What you spoke about is one aspect of it. There are like tons of different aspects, right? Everyone has got their own viewpoint of life. I view life through relations. Someone will look at life as power. Someone will look at monetarily. Someone probably look at with pleasures, with hobbies, with anything that is occupying you, anything that is preoccupying you to get to that destiny. It's all about his life, right? And then, by the time you look back, 10 years are gone, 15 years are gone, 20 years are gone, and then we realize after the fact that oops, I've let my life just pass by, but yet I have not achieved anything. But if you really look at that 20-year life, 15-year life that you pass by, there were so many learnings. There were so many things that happened where we could have just be aware, we could have learned quite a bit. And that is spirituality. Not letting go of a moment in our life by being aware all the time. There is always this learning coming to you. And this is the purpose of why we are here. That is the purpose why we are here. The ultimate goal is to liberate ourselves from this purpose. What does it mean? It means only one thing, my dear friends. Only one thing. Always remember this. You have to complete all the lessons that you need to be taught. That is your ultimate goal. And that is what we call nirvana. What is nirvana? Is there are no lessons left to be learned by the soul. The soul has complete 360-degree view of learning completed. You are no longer required on the earthly bound. You are done on the physical plane. That is the ultimate goal. Surabhi was talking earlier about ultimate goal of nirvana. That is what it means. Now, everyone is coming to earth for this one purpose and this one purpose alone. That is that thing. That's it. There is nothing else. But then we get caught in this beautiful illusion of life, illusion of pleasures, illusion of worldly affairs and whatnot. And we get lost in that. When you get lost in that, what happens to my life is I bring all those things that are not my true nature, that are not our true nature. Like Madam Gayatri Madam was talking earlier, emotional baggage. Yeah, go ahead, madam.
Okay, let's say I have born as an amoeba and then moved on as like a reptiles and then water, and then I'm in this human body.
Mm-hmm.
Why we have to learn initially? See, when I come to animals, doesn't have any karma. Is it correct?
Yes.
When the karma begins only when you come as a human birth.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Why first of all humanity is making mistakes? Why we have to learn from that mistake and then search for this, the lost soul and then the lost happiness and everything, and then search for it back again. Why this is? Who created this kind of Maya or illusion?
So there are multiple questions here, right? So I'll answer one at a time. Right? The first one, is there any learning happening in my lower states? Yes, there is learning happening. Right? Not to the extent as to how a human will learn it, but there is definitely a learning happening. That's how you are evolving from the minerals to plants to animals and eventually to humans, right? Now, the second question that you asked is, okay, how come man is going through, or humans are born in? Why is karma only for us, not for them and all? The reason why karma is only there for you is you are an intelligent being. You have intelligence, buddhi, viveka. You have that none of the lower beings have it. So given that you have a way of becoming or bringing the divinity within you, right? And God is saying, when God created it, God said, you and I are same. You go learn your lessons and you will understand that you and I are same. And we are saying that I don't want to learn, I don't want to understand that you and I are same. I want to live the life the way I want it and then bring all the miseries in life or worries in life. So it is about having that greater understanding and believing it. How do you do that? By being intelligent. What does it mean, intelligence? Intelligence is nothing but you have to have that spiritual knowledge, the urge to understand what is your purpose, why you are here. You got to go deeper into that. When you have that, whatever your mind is playing, your intelligence has a way to fix it, or intelligence has a way to teach it. It is like your mind is a student, your intelligence is a teacher. Who wins? Your teacher will always win. So, given that my intelligence is not matured enough to a point where it is able to control my mind, hence, I believe that I am going through this Maya. This entire life is a Maya. What is this Maya? Maya is nothing but my mind's version of life. Don't think Maya is something that is out there and then you are here. The Maya is your mind's version of life. Your mind is living a life right now. Each of us, each of our mind is living a life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the worst, whatever. All that is mind. So who is holding who? Maya is not holding you. You are holding the Maya. Your mind is holding the Maya.
One
So
second. Sorry to
Mhm.
interrupt you.
Mhm.
I have a question. See, suppose the child. See, I am like, suppose I am like a, in the last life I am like a dog, and I come as a being associated with a human being. I want to. I am born as an animal, from animal to human being. Okay, but if, say for example, the mother has like 4 kids, like until up to 6 years or 5 years, the mother is very careful about, oh, don't do this, don't do this. She'll keep on giving advices until the child is like mature enough. She protects the baby. You have to drink this, you have to eat this, you have to go to this school and educated. The same way, why the God is not doing it the same universally for everyone?
Because
Being the
God,
mother, she's doing it.
correct. So God, when He created you, He does not differentiate Him and you as separate. God, when He created, you are not a shackle of God. You are not a piece of God. You are the embodiment of God. So from that point of view, from His point of view, the God's point of view, you are God. Period. You are not believing it, that is your problem. But from God's point of view, Aham Brahmasmi, what does it mean? You are God. That's it. You are not believing it is not His problem. That is your karma, that is your mind, that is your lack of intelligence to be able to understand the big picture. That is for you to go through it, right? From His point of view, so that you have to understand the distinction there, right? When He gave that intelligence, that's it. It is expected that you live your life through this karmic process, right? Always understand that when we are talking about karmic things, these karmic things are not punishments. These are all lessons. And that's how you live the life. You learn. And then you bring back that godly divinity within you. You already have that. Inherently, you are what God is all about. But we lost that identity. You are now bringing back that identity through the spirituality by making your intelligence more and more deeper. You're able to bring back, come out of that Maya, that illusion of mind. Go ahead, madam. Surabhi.
Yeah, the issue is that, say, it is basically like you have purchased a beautiful house like the body, and then you mess it up totally, put all the junks and all the trashes, garbages inside that house, and then, oh, realizing it finally, oh, I am the only one who made all this trash, and I have to clean it up.
Yeah, but again, right, it is all the effect you're talking. You have to go back to the cause. However you affect your body, your mind, it's all up to your own thing. You are doing it, the effect of your actions is causing some results in your system. It's because of the intelligence, lack of intelligence. You're not inherently born with intelligence. You have to develop over a period of time, right? The stature as to who you are is inherently within you, but you lost that. You have to bring that back. And that is why, as you grow in your soul evolution process, you will start to understand, you will become more spiritual. What does spiritual means? You are realizing that you are the one. There is nothing else outside. It's all you. All right? Yeah, go ahead, Surabhi.
Sir, I also want to add that as the ma'am saying that how come the like we as a mother guides the child, how come the God doesn't guide us? God always, this is how I feel. I could be wrong. God does guide us with the inner sense of when especially when you're in meditation, you think of something and you say, oh, you know what, that was not a right thought, or I should not have done this. You know, that inner consciousness that guides us is the God telling us. So if even a thief, if he's going to go steal from someone's house, God will tell him it's wrong. This is, if you're earning the money by stealing from someone, then that will not prosper your family. But if you keep on ignoring your consciousness, that conscious, the inner voice basically, then the inner voice will also say, you know, what the heck, he's not listening. Why should I save you? How, why would I waste my energy? So we just have to, and especially as a meditators, I feel if you listen to your inner voice really guides you. So God is indirectly, guiding you through the inner consciousness, the inner voice, what is right, what is wrong, what should be done in life, and what should not be done. And that's how, meditators are being programmed. Thank you.
Right. Right. No, you're
But
right.
I want to answer Surabhi's question. Answer the inner voice as a child, like I'm talking about from 6 year onwards.
Yes.
Like it has the influence from the school, the friends and everything. Somehow it picks up all the bad qualities. It doesn't. The child doesn't know like to listen to the inner voice or like meditate. Or go into silence,
It
watch
dep-
breath watching. All these things the child doesn't know, so it's going
yes.
to mess it up.
Yes, I agree. But then that becomes a job of a school or the parents to teach. Like I am a state licensed daycare provider. My 3-year-old, even my 2-year-old, the girl this turned just 2 in July, she does meditation. And whenever we are like switching between the activities, then there's a commotion sometimes because I have all different, it's a home daycare, right? So different age groups. So for the older kids, it feels it's too much commotion for them. A baby's crying in the background or something. I have taught my 3-year-old, my 2-year-old to just sit down, hands in Gyan Mudra, crisscross your legs and close your eyes. Even they know it. So it becomes a job of us as an adults to teach the young kids about the inner voices. We cannot use the word lie. We say, okay, don't make up a story. Tell us the truth. Instead of saying using the word lie, we say, do not make a story. So the kids know, and we appreciate when we say, hey, we hit the child, so that becomes a responsibility of us as an adult to teach the child to listen to their inner child. So once we start keep on programming the kids to tell the truth, to sit down for meditation, and of course the universe will also help them if they keep on meditating, the inner voice will become stronger and stronger for them.
Okay, what happened to the child who is born in the slum area, who has no parents or orphans or like those type of
That
situations? There are
that's
majority of the people in India, they are living on the streets. They don't have the food to eat the next day. You know, how are you going to help those children? How are they going to find the inner voice? The next day food is not available for them. The
I I
next
ag-
meal, not
I
even next day, next
I,
meal is not
I
available for
agree.
them.
I agree. Not everybody is so privileged as we are to sit down on comfortable of houses, sit down and meditate. And then that's why, we wish we can reach out to so many people as we can, but we just take one day at a time. So
You're
yes, I agree with what you're saying is right. I wish there were more meditators out there and we could help each and every person in this lifetime.
Yeah, you are talking about in the from the point of elevated
Yes, yes,
stage.
I
I am
agree.
talking like a low person, like who is not like meditative or anything. You
I
know,
agree.
uh, we
See
have come.
again.
Why we are still
So
searching for spiritualism?
no,
Because
no, no. It is not like that, man. See, what you're looking at is the effect. You're stuck on effect. You got to come back to the cause.
that's
All
I am going to the
human
root
beings.
only. The root only. See, right
No,
now I am
the
in a
root
very
is the
luxurious
root is.
situation
See, you
while
are.
doing the meditation.
If
But what
somebody,
caused
so
me to
it
go to
is.
this such kind of to the extent of pain
No, no,
that
no.
I am
You are.
in search of.
See, you have to see what you're stuck at is. See, I'm trying to define this for you. The one that you're saying is, okay, I have a life now where I'm sitting on a couch and happily sitting and doing things while
Exactly.
someone else is suffering for their next meal, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
then it is
No,
not
no.
this.
Maybe once upon in my lifetime, maybe I was also born in
Exactly.
that kind of
Exactly.
lifestyle,
Exactly.
and then I have gone through the suffering, and now right
Exactly.
now probably
Exactly.
I'm in a better life.
Exactly.
But if
Exactly.
that root problem is solved, where there is no food for everybody is having happy life, then
It won't
they
be.
don't have to go towards
The
doing bad
indifference.
actions.
No, it is not like that. See, that is what we are trying to put this out, right? The indifference is not injustice. It is not injustice. You're looking at it as injustice. It is not injustice.
I'm not talking about
It
injustice.
is. It
What
is
is
about
the
the reason is karmic. They have created that type of life. See, by looking at one life, you cannot define the soul entry and soul exit. That
I
is not how
understand.
it is.
Gandhiji said, like, if
Mhm.
one person doesn't have the food or like having a proper clothes to wear, he said, I will also eat only once a meal or like very less meal and wearing the dhoti.
Yeah.
And then only I will be like in the peace, I will be the happy person when everybody in this world.
Yeah.
So there are so many part of, we are all like blessed souls compared to there are majority of the people, the population. If you take it like Israel or like, Gaza Strip or anything, the people are like getting bombed everywhere, why is it all happening? Why the God is like,
It is not God. It is a man-made. That's what I'm trying to.
it's a man-made, exactly. Why it has to happen,
Because
then,
the soul is evolving through that process. Soul is evolving through that process. Just because you are looking that's why I'm saying this one life is not going to define you. You have to go back into hundreds of lives to look at how you have evolved. The fact that the Israeli or a Palestinian activity, whatever is happening today, you probably were doing it 100 lives past. You evolved out of that. You were that very person who is killing people right now, 100 lives back. Always look at the big picture when you're talking about the soul entry and soul exit. It is not just by looking at one. You are like, peeking into a keyhole and you are judging the entire room. That's not right. You have to look at the entire room. You have to have a top-down view.
I'm just trying to understand why the kind of problem exists in this world at all. If
Because
there is
of karma.
problem, we don't have to suffer at
No.
all.
If there is no problem, then there is no learning.
Why? There are some logas exist.
You are not a yogi. Are you a yogi?
No, there are some logas exist.
Let's not talk about
where
some,
the people
right?
are very happy. Why this earth planet is destined to be suffering world?
People who are getting into, people who are in that state of happiness have evolved in the process. So we have to understand that they have also gone through that phase of life where they fought against all that. They have evolved souls. Every one of us, even Patriji, who was here for the recent time, has evolved a soul. He himself used to say. So what happens is your incidents, your events, your actions, your reactions, whatever your life is bringing it to you, it is all learning. Through that you evolve. So there is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. There is no justice, injustice. There is nothing like that. It is the mind that is occupying all these things. Your soul does not care for all that. Your soul is by default happy. Your soul is at peace if you are only can get on to that state.
So basically, there are two kids. One kid born into a very rich meditative family. The other kid born in like slum, like like a thief family or something, drunkard family or something like that. The child is ruined the rest of the life. This child who was born to the meditative family, having a very excellent, beautiful life.
So
why this inequality?
It's a soul plan. It's a soul's plan. There is no inequality. You are looking at as inequality. There is no inequality. There is absolutely no inequality. If you are looking at the world is perfect in its own place. The fact that I am not able to see doesn't mean that the world is wrong. World is wrong from your viewpoint. That doesn't mean that world is wrong. World is not wrong. World is perfect in its own place. Everyone in this world is perfect in its own place.
Everything is perfect except this God put this stupid rule of karma, action equal and non-equal.
No, man. No, it is lack of understanding. It is, I mean, we don't have to go deep on this, but we can talk offline. But I think it's lack of understanding and the mind's way of perceiving things. If you understand the big picture, if you start to look at the life as it comes to you, life is a gift. It is a gift. There are so many souls that is part of the discussion today, right? You are a spiritual being out to have a human experience. If you understand that, then there is no karma, there is nothing like you are going through punishments. All you are seeing is the effect of life. There is no, you got to go back to the cause. What cause made me to come to earth? The only cause that made each of us to come to earth is learning. So whether it is good, bad, ugly, are you learning? That's the question you need to ask. Each of us have to ask, am I learning? I have got my leg pain. Am I learning from it? What am I learning from it? See, when you start to understand from the knowledge perspective, when your soul gains enough knowledge, you don't see injustice, you don't see indifferences. Everything is happening in a perfect way as the soul is evolving, as individual souls are evolving to become that divine one, to be part of the divine one. So if you start to bring that into your plan and you say that, okay, I am a spiritual being out to have human experience, then why is that I'm not able to live the life happily? Why? Where is that peace? Why is it not there with me? What is going on?
That
You
is a
will
big,
ask these questions. You will ask these questions to yourself.
yes, that is $1 million question. There are so many factors, like my neighbor child, it is able to do very well in math. I'm struggling here. I cannot
So
even do
again, you're getting into comparative. Think about, don't talk about anyone else. Just talk about you, yourself.
No,
You and yourself.
I am talking on behalf of them, which means that I am in this position right now. I am also part of them.
You are part of the divine oneness, but you don't have that identity yet.
No, I am also part of the stupid people who are making a lot of mistakes. I
It's
may
okay.
do mistakes in a
It's
different
okay.
way.
It's okay. It is okay. The soul, see, it's like, you're saying that a 10th class kid has to behave like a PhD kid. It is never going to be the case. You will never have a situation like that. A elementary school kid will behave elementary way, right? A PhD kid will behave like a PhD kid. So as you start to evolve in your ladder, year after year, year after year, your maturity grows up. And that's how the soul evolution happens over a period of lifetimes. And that the very individual that you're talking about, if you look at his divine plan, soul plan, you will start to see from 10 lives from now, he may be enlightened, who knows? So never judge by looking at one incident or one event is the point, right? The point is you have to know the big picture. If you don't know the big picture, then don't talk. That's why Patriji also says that, if a particular individual is going through his own karmic thing, okay, don't judge quickly. Don't interfere and try to become a hero as if that everything, what has happened, why he's going through and all that. You don't. You have to understand his previous lifetimes for you to realize as to why he's going through this karma, what has come into her life, how do he or she can fix that, and what is that knowledge that they need, why did they bring that into their life. There is a book called Soul Plan, Robert Watts or somebody, right? Robert, I think, maybe misspelling the last name there, but Robert, you have to
Robert
read that
Schwartz.
book.
Robert
Robert
Schwartz, his
Watts.
books, he has a very good books, The Soul's Plan.
Yeah, the
So
Soul's Plan.
everything comes in a soul. So
Exactly.
I was listening to his podcast one time,
Mm-hmm.
and he even what fears also same isn't mentioned in the book, The Untold Story of Sita,
Mm-hmm.
where you will see, if you read that book, and the patterns, that whatever fears or whatever fears or connections we have in the past, or even sometimes they have the body similarities like long hair, moles here and there. You take those traits into your next birth also.
Exactly. You're right. Absolutely. I mean, anything and everything that you are bringing into your mind, you're taking inside, you will carry it forward. You will carry it forward, period. Right. See, this is the reason when we talk about I am the spiritual being out to have human experience. As a spirit, when I am coming to take a human form, I actually have a plan. I have a plan. I have a soul plan that I wanted to achieve in this life. And accordingly, I created all these circumstances. I created it. Nobody has brought this to me. That is the perspective that we need to be at. This is a spiritual view of life, right? This is why spirituality is very important in life. Otherwise, your sustenance, your fundamentals will be shaken if you don't have spirituality in life. Whatever material life that I am going through, if I am thinking that in my material life, whatever the ups and downs are coming, and why God created, that is not right, right? It is all me. I designed this life the way I want it, so that there is a level of learning that has to happen. This life, I am a male, living in United States here with a family of 2 kids, and happily enjoying to the extent whatever it is. And there is a learning that's coming out from this. In my next birth, I may be a lady, right, woman, living in somewhere and trying to learn something else. That's why we have to start to embrace the life as it is coming to us, not necessarily challenge or question. When you challenge and when you question, you lose the learning aspect of it. What happens?
No.
That
It
learning
is
will
just
come back.
the questions that I'm asking is because of the frustration that I got detached from this connectivity to myself
Yes.
and to sit and do meditation. I'm asking all these questions, the frustrated questions of my soul.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
All and see, no question is it's not frustrated question. It's a good question, right? First of all, every question, the answers are within us. Is what is what the true state of being is wherever you are actually getting the question. That's exactly the spot where your answers are also there. We just don't have the urge or the patience to go at that deep to find the answers, right? Now, if we bring back this conversation of me being a spiritual entity coming on to have a human experience, and when I know that I have a soul plan that I designed, and I am coming and living the life the way it is, tell me, where is that you will struck? Everything you start to look at it as a learning. The reason why I'm saying that I don't need this illness, I don't need this pain, I don't need to go through these tears. Why am I doing all this? Between the tears and fear, I'm losing my life, I'm losing my present, right? When I am in the past, I have tears. When I am in the future, I have fear. Tears and fear, I've lost my past. My present, sorry. My present is a gift to me to live the life. Entire universe flows in the present moment, except for me. Why? Because I'm stuck in my past and future. Why is that? Because I don't understand the big picture. Why is that?
Even the enlightened masters go through the suffering. Only difference between myself and the enlightened master is that they detach themselves from those thoughts that are coming to them as a suffering. There is no mind interference is not there. I am frustrated that I have to go through a lot of mind until like I have to get the confidence that I can drive the car by myself. See, right now I'm struggling to drive. I don't have the confidence of like detaching myself from the thought. I don't have the confidence that I can do the meditation. One time I feel like doing the meditation. Next time I'm not able to sit and do the meditation, and then I land up into the suffering, and then again I go and sit. So all these frustrations, I'm asking all these questions.
So the madam, first of all, enlightened souls, there is no suffering because there is no mind. right? Number one. Number two.
Yeah, they are able to detach themselves
Exactly.
from the mind.
Exactly. Even if they have suffering,
of course, that they will have
it will
suffering.
not bother them.
Suppose let's say like a Patriji's brother or sisters or child, was died all of a sudden. It will be like kind of for 10-15 minutes or like an hour or even for a couple of days, there will be a suffering, but still he can manage it because he has learned the art of learning to handle the pain and detach.
So what is stopping you to learn?
I'm
What is
not able
stopping you
to.
to learn? Why not? That's the question.
No
See,
confidence.
that
There
is
is no
the see,
confidence.
that is the question. Even Patriji asked, when I am able, if one man can achieve something, every human being in the entire world can achieve the same thing.
Yeah, I have the self-doubt.
You got to
Whatever
overcome that. You got to overcome that. You cannot keep
Yes.
doubting yourself, right? You got to see, either you have to accept that you are a divine being, or you have to accept that you are a human being. In one context, you cannot say I am a divine being. In other context, you cannot say I am a human being. Either you are top down or bottom up. Choose whichever way. There is learning. It doesn't matter. If you want to learn the hard way, you choose that I am a human being, how to have divine experience, and then you learn through the hardship of it, right? Going through the karmic cycles again and again, eventually you learn it. If you start to think that you are a spirit being or divine being, how to have human experience, the learning will be very fast, because now you know that I'm coming to the purpose. My purpose is to learn. So there is no friction, there is no conflict, there is no fight. Anything that is coming to you, you accept as it comes to you.
Yeah, I'm in the final stage of surrendering myself. Only thing is just little bit I'm not able to surrender. This is how the life is going to be. The law is law. Like when you go cross the red light, you are going to get a ticket. That is bound to happen. So
Yeah,
I'm just
it is
struggling
fine.
why there is a red light, and then I'm questioning all these questions,
So that is
say,
this
for
knowledge,
example,
right?
I'm in a coming from a country where there is no red light or red signal. I have been behaving like that way. I can drive the car wherever I want. But when I come to United States, then I have to follow these rules. Then why am I getting a ticket? Why I have to pay? Why this country is following stupid rules and stuff? That is how my mind is working. So now at least, I am in United States. Then I have to follow all these rules. So I'm just trying to reinforce these things.
Reinforce the message, and then that is why it is inner journey, madam. You cannot build a house overnight. It takes its own time.
Yeah, that's
All
what
you
is
have to
very
do is you got to give
painful.
time. You got to give time.
We are in the digital world expecting, when it comes to God, just like that, we want to, everything like fast.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Correct. Good discussion. So coming back, right? So I think the soul plan, the aspect of the soul plan, when I start to look at it, I have designed my soul plan, and I know that I am here to execute it, right? Now, the two things that is going to happen. The number one thing is we start to accept the life as it comes to us, and you try to look through your life to say that what am I learning out of it? This question is a constant question. What am I learning? Why did this incident happen to me? What is that I need to learn from it? Even in the wisdom level, you ask the question that what am I supposed to learn from this, right? That perspective you're going to have, number one. Number two, you have absolutely free will. Okay, the destiny and free will are like, it's such a beautiful thing that you may be destined to go through your soul plan ABCD, but in the free will, as you come, and take the birth and live the life, you have a way to change that destiny. I don't want to go through this, I want to go through a different way. How do you do that when you have that will to do that? So that is the reason, when I am coming as a spiritual being out to have human experience, I am bringing my soul plan, I'm accepting things as they are coming to me, and certain things I'm seeing differently. Certain things are not lining up the way I want it, then I will change it. Because I'm a spirit, I'm a divine being. Whether I use manifestation or visualization, or I use a creativity, or whatever may be the means and ways of doing it, I'll just go do it and then create the life I want to live. It's as simple as that. causing the effect. This is what Joe Dispenza talks about, causing the effect. You are not part of the cause and effect. You are causing the effect through my free will. So it is like, my height is destiny. My weight is free will. It is always that way. I cannot change my destiny of my height. My height is predefined. But my weight is absolutely in control of me. It's my free will. I can be thin, I can be fat, I can be fatter, I can be like anything. That is free will. So always try to look at the life as if that, why am I going through this? Why do I need to go through this? Why only me? That is the perspective of mind. But when you go deeper, you start to understand that this is happening to me for a reason. There is something I need to learn out of this. What is that I need to learn? What is that I need to get out of it? And this beautiful concept and the way that you start to look at your life is how your life is going to become more happier. Because we have to come back to that fact of happiness and peace. Because as I am getting more and more spiritual, how do I test myself? Are you happy? Are you peaceful? Is life giving you what you're looking for? How is your days going nowadays? Right? For every good or bad, how much of your mind is differentiating? This is good, this is bad. Are you seeing injustice in the world? These are all the tests for our own self-growth. Whether I am a soul entity or I am a body and mind entity. If I'm a body-mind entity, everything and anything that is coming my way, I am going to judge. I am going to interfere. I am going to blame others. I will always throw a victim card in life. If any of these things are happening, I will comment on people. I will interfere. Whatever the things that you should not do in spirituality, you will do all that. And who is the judge? Who is looking at who? Nobody is looking at nobody. You got to look on your own. So it is very important that we have this subjective knowledge and a greater understanding as to how do I make myself spiritual, and in the process, how do I test to make sure that I am still in that line, in that path of life? Because every day life gives us new, there is always a beginning, there is always an end, there is always a challenge, there is always a problem. However you look at it, for the very same thing, if two of us are going through same thing, I may look at it as a problem, you may look at it as a challenge, other may look at it as a lesson. Why is that different? Because it's the perspective. The one who is looking at it as a lesson is more spiritual than everyone else. The one who is looking at as punishment, he's looking at is more material, is 100% material, because he's looking at it as punishment. When do we start to accept life as it comes to us? So we go pray to God, God help me out, God do this, God do that, but God himself is saying that I'm not the one giving it to you, you are the one creating your own karma. When you create your own thing, why can't you destroy on your own thing? All you need to have is the knowledge to destroy it. That's it. It's as simple as that. How do I get it? You go deeper. You do meditation. See, for every one of us, right, who is a meditator and who is the non-meditator, what is the distinctive difference? Can anyone say that? What is the distinctive difference between a meditator and a non-meditator?
A non-meditator may not be aware of their actions. A meditator is, even though they make the mistake, they are aware, oh, you made the mistake. The awareness increases for the meditator.
See, I'll tell you, right? I mean, this is a little deeper answer, right? So what happens is a meditator, a true meditator, I'm talking about not just meditator, a true meditator who has done little bit of practice in a deeper level, they live astrally on the physical plane. A material person lives physically on the physical plane. Physically, everything is miserable. What you see is limited. If you compare the physical life, the blueprint of the physical life is coming from the astral planes. I don't know if you understood this, but it is because of the astral worlds the physical world exists. It is because of the astral worlds the physical world exists. So what happens naturally when you are meditating? You are associating yourself to the astral body. The more of your life goes into the astral aspect of it than truly being physical. There is nothing in the physical world. All you see is what you see. That's it. Why is that all the gurus, all the masters, grandmasters, great grandmasters, everybody close their eyes? Because
Yeah,
the
we
beauty,
normally
yeah, the beauty of life is in the astral state, not in the physical state. Yeah,
we always associate with ourselves as like the body, the qualification, the car we have, the possessions we have.
exactly. The
Um,
miseries of the world
yeah,
is what you see in the physical world. In the astral world, there are no miseries. I don't have to strike and work hard. Everyone in the astral world, everyone is a light being. Everyone has same kind of powers. There is no rich, there is no poor, there is no big, there is no small, there is no white, there is no black, there is no distinction whatsoever between the souls in the astral world. Everyone has the power. I create a snowflake, I create rain, I create a building, I create a forest. I can, through my will, I will be able to create anything and everything. And this is what, right, Jesus talked about. How did he came out of death? How did he heal people? When you become that astral, you're connected astrally, you become the light body. When you become the light body, the entire life, through the action of your mind, you're able to switch your energies, shift from physical to astral, and you're able to do things that are miraculous in the physical plane, but in fact they are very natural in the astral plane. Because when I'm in the light being in the astral plane, I'm able to pull anything and everything with my will. I can say I want to grow 100 feet, I can go 100 feet. Just like that.
no, I don't think so. Like all the astral masters have the same power or ability. There is because Jesus Christ said that Father in heaven, there are like astral masters like who are like higher, and the more you meditate, you get like a
Correct.
higher
The
powers
the
and higher
the
powers.
the the the, the deeper you go in your journey, the higher the planes you reach at astral level. Okay, but doesn't mean that you don't have. You have it. It's all about your connection to the astral planes. Number one.
Correct.
Number two, it is the single beam that is creating the entire movie. If you can understand this one thing, you'll understand what God is about. The supreme light, the supreme being, the so-called God. You said you referred God number of times, right? What is God? God is nothing but this supreme light of a beam that is there. When he is projected on a screen, you see the entire characters. That's exactly how it is. When that supreme light comes into the astral world, it creates a lot of those astral beings. You call angels, you call goddesses, you call gods, you call variation, whatever you want to call. All those are flavors of that very light, supreme being, the beam. That beam is the God, okay, through which everything came and everything culminates. Once the drama is over, you go back to that state. All these light beings that you are seeing on the ground, every one of us here is a light being, whether we know it or not. When you go in the astral, you clearly see that you are a light being. When you see that light being, what is happening? This light being has a source. The source is supreme being. Like the way you are watching a screen and you're seeing every character, the hero character, the heroine character, the villain character, and the number of characters coming. Where are they coming from? This one single beam of light. If that beam of light is off, everything is off. In a similar way, all these light beings, whoever it is, whether it is you, me, or in the astral plane, all the angels, gods, whatever the versions of gods that you talk about, all of them come into through one source. When you are astrally connected, you will have that light within you all the time. That is the reason going deeper in meditation is a must for everyone. Until you connect in the astral plane, you will not understand what divinity is all about. Divinity lies within the space as to where you are, whether it is physical, astral, or mental, or casual, supra-casual, wherever you are in the advancement of your state of meditation, you are able to connect to those levels. But for you to experience it better, for you to at will do things like the way God can do things, it starts in astral. Astral, there is no solid form, there is no liquid form, there is nothing like that. Everything is light. That's it. I can walk on water. I can go through the fire in astral world. I can go through, a house, a wall, right? I can do anything in the astral world, but in physical world, I'm limited. So when you become more astrally connected, that is the reason why the grand masters are able to do things in this physical plane that are astrally bound. When you are able to switch your mind from your physical plane to the astral plane, you are connected to that light. You are in that light, in the divine light. When the divine light is within you, you are able to, with the action of your mind, you're able to flip it up. That's how Jesus walked on water. Jesus healed people. Jesus came back from death. You talk about so many examples. All the masters, whatever the miracles they do, they create things on the thin air and all that. They become the light body and then they go and bring it on. And the second thing is they can empty their mind just like that. Everything created in this universe in that void state. From Sunya, everything got created. So if you are able to go back to that primordial source, you will be able to create anything and everything. Some things that when we look at it, it becomes a miracle to us because we don't understand it. Second of all, we don't know the origins of it. When you go back, you start to realize that. That is why meditation is a must. If you are not a meditator, you will not understand anything about your own life. Forget about others' life. If you cannot even rely and live your own life, there is no question of you helping others. And this is the reason why, Paramahamsa Yogananda and some of the grand masters like Ramana Maharshi says, don't talk. You have no knowledge or wisdom to talk. All you talk is blabbering because you don't have inner experience. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you are coming from. You don't know why you are living this life. You don't know why these problems are with you. Why you are looking at a problem as a problem. What is going on with you, you yourself don't know. Forget about you explaining it to your family or anyone else. It is only going to be more misery. So stop talking, be in silence. So when I start to believe myself, now again, come back to that root. When I start to believe myself, I am the spirit, I am the divine being out to have human experience, I clearly understand that I have a design, I have a soul plan. I took that and came to earth. It is as per my soul plan, my life is happening. Every small thing, even you taking a pen from your table, pen, you cannot see the pen. Yeah, can you see the pen now? Okay. Pen and putting it down is part of your soul plan. That is how detailed your soul plan is. Every individual who is coming in your life, especially the ones who are stretching you, who are stressing you, who are pushing you, they are part of your design. You requested them to be part with your spirit guides when you design the life. This is truth. It is hard to comprehend, right? Unless you are spiritual, unless you understand the truth, it is very, very difficult to comprehend this. The life that I am leading today is not because of my own deeds. It is because of my own choice. I'm not stuck in this life because I have no other way to go. I'm stuck in this life because I don't know what to do. I've never had experience. I never went deeper. I never took the opportunity to learn more about my own life. So when we start to embrace and then just stop, take a breather, look at yourself and see your surroundings and start to understand how you are tracking things. Are everything going on as you are expecting? When you start to believe in some of those things, you will start to understand little deeper and try to embrace those concepts as to how am I going to change my life, what are the things that I need to do, what makes me happy. It is not about always external things make me happy. Whatever you have, the most happiest moment in this world will become a tiresome moment over a period of time. You will get tired and sick of it. The very happy thing that you are going through right now, if you go through repeatedly, it becomes tiresome. You get sick out of it.
When I have a question, when you will get connected to yourself in the deeper meditation, how long it will take? You mentioned about all of us are soul. There are certain souls that are like become good souls, they want to help the humanity or something. There are certain souls, they become like ghosts and then they go and kill people, or like, they do this kind of, even in the astral, they do all nonsense, putting people down, like creating some fight in the families or etc. But how do you connect yourself to that supreme divine?
See, you are already connected, madam. See, the thing is, you just don't believe that you're connected right now. You have a firm belief that I am not connected to the source. What it is, once you start to go deeper in your meditation, that is why doing meditation is a must. Without that, without going inside, you cannot know who you are. You will never be able to stand to the test, right? If I tell you that you are divine, you don't have to do anything, will you be able to believe it? You won't believe it. The reason is, you have to go beyond the intuitional body, the fourth body. You have to cross fourth body at least, because the real intuitions, the real sixth sense starts coming from the fourth body. When you sit and meditate, are you connected to your fourth body? If you are only struck in your third body with your mind and second body with the emotions, all the time it is like external things coming, going, coming, going. It doesn't matter 10 hours, 20 hours you sit, you're still in the second and third body. You have to find a way to tell yourself when you sit in meditation that whenever I get a thought, I need to observe my breath. Observing breath is the way to go deeper, not by being with the thought. You being with the thought, if you sit for next 100 years in meditation, you're not going to go anywhere. You're still in the third body. When you cross the third body and you empty your mind and you go to that state, fourth state, the intuitional body, that is when you start to hear messages coming from your higher self. That is nothing but your supreme, whatever soul. Higher self is always giving you messages. We are not able to receive it because I am stuck at my second and third body, our physical body. Every one of us, whether I am born in a slum, I am born here, I am born there, wherever I am born, I am getting messages. I am not able to receive that because I am stuck in my physical plane at first three levels. When you go deeper in your meditations, when you do long, deep meditations, slowly you start to get to that state where you'll start to hear messages coming from your higher self. Then that higher self has a purpose. The higher self always guides to do the right thing, not necessarily the best thing as your mind wants.
I'm sorry I asked this question. Have you received messages from the astral place, the masters? If so, can you give a example, like what kind of messages you got?
There are a lot of messages, madam. I mean, the work that I am doing is the message that came from me, from the astral, right? The spiritual work, the fact that I came out of my own practice and then start, spreading the message of meditation is because of that message. Started the, Virginia and Maryland, this whole thing is because of that message. And doing the satsang and everything, whatever is happening, right? Whatever spiritually you are seeing, it's all through the, intuition. It is all intuition. It is not just merely a fact that I decided one overnight and yep, I got to go do. No, it doesn't work that way. The energies, you will not have energies to run an organization at this thing, right? Without having that connection, internal connection, right? All those messages come internal in my meditation, right? Like the way you will also get it when you start to go deeper.
The word you said right is in the intuition. So the intuition, the more you meditate, the intuition ability increases, and that gives a lot of peace of mind.
Exactly. You will understand all these things, whatever I was talking about, right? I am a spiritual being. You will understand that I have divinity within me. You will start to experience it. You will start to see that there is a soul plan that's designed for you, right? There are things that are coming your way without any effort you put in, right? Why are those things happening? Because you're destined to go through them. You will start to create a pattern for yourself. In everybody's life, there is known and unknowns. The more and more you become deeper in your meditation practice, there is lesser unknown. Everything is known to you. And that's my point. When it is known to you, you know how to handle it. You don't get agitated. You don't get aggravated, right? You don't altercate
I am like
with
a
life.
student in 5th grade in a PhD class and asking nonsense questions. So bear with me. I'm just trying to learn.
No. It's not like that, madam. No. The point is where I'm going is, as you go deeper in your own inner journey, you will start to realize why the life that's come your way is the way it is. Right now, I have so many questions in my life. Why this is happening this way? Why not that way? Why am I going through this pain? Why not this way? At a physical level, at any given point of time, no matter how much I try to keep it, my body is gonna die. It's a fact. Every one of us, when we were born, we knew that the body that you have when you were an infant, when you were a child, when you were young, when you are teens, right? Later teens, and you are youth, when you are like little, middle-aged, and you are old, and you're super old, your body is gonna die. But yet, we are in this illusion and phobia that my body is going to live forever. Why is that? It's because you have not spent enough time to know about your own body. You are only stuck at the physical plane, physical body. But what is the truth? The truth is you have so many bodies within this physical body. There is astral body, there is emotional body, there is mental body, right? Casual, supra, all like the way you have number of worlds, your internal bodies are also connected to those worlds, if you are able to consciously be aware of it. And that awareness comes through meditation. So if you are not meditating, there is nothing that you will understand. You will have a theoretical knowledge. There will be no practicality in your life. There is no living the standards. You will never be able to live the standards. You can preach to hundreds and thousands of people about what God is all about, what is this about, that about, but it won't stick to anyone because there is no practice of you. You have not become that, what you're teaching. So it is absolutely essential that as much as we understand and learn this whole concept of soul, the soul plan, the design, that humanity, the divinity and all that, there is a much more urge and important is to do meditation. Go deeper in your state of meditation. Understand, the more and more you go deeper, you will start to realize that things are working towards your plan. You will start to see things happening to you. You will start to see things, energies coming together. There is always this positivity, embodiment of positivity that you will start to realize, right? Even in the worst situations, you are positive. How does that happen? So if I start to look at this life as it comes to me, I need to start to embrace life. I'm not going to fight the life. The moment you start to fight the life, you have stopped the learning. You have shut down the learning aspect of it. So what happens? That conflict is what making my life more miserable. That's a fact. That's a truth. Because what is happening, the moment I shut down, saying that I'm not going to learn from this, that learning is not going away. That situation or incident or whatever the track, that is going to temporarily subside, And 10 years down the line, it's going to come back again with full force. The karma is that is how karma works. Anything and everything that you are supposed to learn, you are supposed to learn. You have, it's not time bound. That's the only rule. You can stretch it as much as possible. If there is one learning that I want to do in this lifetime, I can, through my free will, say that I don't want to learn it in the next 10 lives. You can postpone, you can do that. But at some point, it is going to become a mandatory thing. So
Yeah,
the sooner we come to this reality and understanding, the better our life is going to be.
Yeah, one question, Anil.
Please.
We know the Hindus believe on incarnation. So what are the karma we did in last birth that results in the current life? Okay, definitely we have some pain or some kind of disease, whatever it may be, comes to different format in this life.
Yes.
So what I understand, basically based upon your discussion, is do meditate and understand why this happened to this soul in this life, so that I will not get any emotions going through my life, so I can do a better karma in this life to achieve much better life in next time, next birth. That's what you're saying, basically. By meditation, we can reduce the stress.
Correct.
Why it happened to me? See, I know that Yudhishthira asked the same question to Krishna. Why some people born rich, some people are born poor? Why my life has a lot of struggles? And Krishna says the same thing. You have something came from incarnation that you have to suffer here, basically. But whatever you're doing this life, there will be definitely benefit for the next time. That by doing meditation, what you're expecting, what you're saying is you know the things much ahead, so that you can prepare for that. Is my understanding is correct?
Exactly, you're right, absolutely right. And then see, I'll tell you, right, not just that one thing, you are also dissolving your karmas in meditation. Understand?
Oh, that's a great one, really. Okay, that's good to know. Okay,
it is when that nadi mandala shuddhi, the tissue cleansing process kicks off, all your karmas are attached in your cells. When that cleansing process kicks in, right, you get the knowledge associated to that. How do I transcend the karma? By having the knowledge. Gnanagni karma dagdana, right? Through that knowledge, I'm able to transcend that karma. So I can transcend that karma subtly in my meditation, or I can go through physically and transcend it. The choice is mine. If I'm not a meditator today, then it will come in your life. You go through that repeatedly. You will ask this question, why me? Why am I going through this? All that drama will happen for multiple lifetimes, and eventually you outgrow that. The same thing in one instance, if I'm a meditator, I get that karma, I get that pain, I get that knowledge that's associated. And then boom, the karma is gone. So if you really ask the question, right, what is this life is all about? This life is 99% of your past life. This life is entirely dependent upon your past life.
Anil, there are 6 different bodies, correct? Physical body, emotional body. Can you list all those? And if we are stuck in this number one, physical and emotional, that is where is the suffering is. And the more and more we do the meditation, as he said, the karma get dissolved and the intuition increases, and then the physical body disappears, and then the emotional body disappears, and then how do we travel the soul process? The journey goes upwards.
See, the journey grows upwards in a different way, right? The soul evolution process, you are an infant soul, baby soul, a young soul, mature soul, old soul, transcendental soul, and a universal soul, right? That is a soul evolution process. In this soul evolution process, you will have multiple stages as to how you go through it.
No, I want to know about because that is a higher level of knowledge. I'm just talking about this physical body, emotional body. There are 6 different bodies.
7 bodies, yeah.
There are 7 bodies. Can you remember all those things?
Yeah, the physical, the emotional, the mental, intuitional, right? Casual body and the supra-casual body and the nirvanic body. Right?
Oh.
So what happens at each of these stage is basically you are connected to that. that source. The more you go back, the higher the worlds are, the higher the living is, right? Like, you want to know the purpose of your life, then you have to go to the casual body. When you go to the casual body, you'll know the purpose of life, because that is when you created this whole thing. The mind's resting place. All your thoughts are coming from that state, third body, right? And
Fourth
then
body, fifth body. Physical, emotional, mental, intuition, casual, super
casual,
consciousness,
supra,
and nirvanic.
exactly. Nirvanic body. So what happens is, as I start to go back in my own journey inside, I start to relate, saying that, okay, where are the emotions? You understand now emotions. Then you go back, where are the thoughts coming? You understand your thoughts. Then you go back, where is the intuition? Where is the knowledge? Where is the wisdom? Why am I gaining it? You go back, and then you go back, you become the soul entity there. Then you go back, you understand that I'm not just the soul of mine. My soul is connected to every other soul. Then you go back, then you become the universal one. It is the primordial one, right? So this is the journey. So what happens when you sit in meditation is you are crossing your physical plane, your physical level. You're going into emotional, you're going into mental. Typically, when
These
you are
first
at a
three
beginner,
bodies, you need to have a cleansing. If 3 bodies get cleansed, Nadi Shuddha is cleaned completely. Is that correct?
No, it's not. No, it's not like that. Nadi Shuddhi is a process that happens in all layers. It's a chakra. It's like, your seven chakras are there, right? The cleansing process happens all through the process. The chakra system is in the second body. Second body is where the chakras, energy centers, we call them, right? The energy centers where it is happens in the second body. So, but the effect of that is in the physical as well as in mental.
Okay.
So depending upon how you layer yourself, it is not actually, each chakra is not like vertically up. They are like, horizontally. It's a layers. So the work happens parallelly. When the energy comes to you from top, it goes like this, right? So some chakras may get benefited, some chakras may not get benefited. The more and more and more you do meditation, you usually rise up. The survival energies are in the Mooladhara, right? The guilt energies are in the second one. Fear energies, like that. You have like everything you have to cross. So the point is, it is not about I want to cleanse chakras, I want to get to second body, I want to do this, I want to do that. It is all about how much you are accumulating the energies in silence. That is all it matters. The more energies you accumulate in silence, the higher your state of being will be. The consciousness, what you carry. Right now, we carry a consciousness, right? There are 3 words here: consciousness, wisdom, and energy, right? So what I carry here right now, the awareness aspect of it, is all physical right now. The reason for that is I am only at a physical level looking at everything. Even though I have astral, I have mental, I don't have the awareness. When I go deeper, when I do meditation, when I sit for longer hours, what happens is you will start to be aware of your astral existence. You will start to be aware of your mental existence. It is like, you are here, but then you are also there, because emotions are all inside, right? Astral level, the energy centers are inside at astral level. These centers are connected to those astral level planes, and that's where the light is coming all the time to you, the divine light. And that when you have that kind of energies coming your way from astral, where the light is always connected with you, your physical life is going to be abundantly living. You live your physical life in abundance. There is nothing like, you don't see anything as negative. You see everything as positive. Everything, in everything you start to see divinity and all that. And that is the reason, if I take off meditation, if I minus meditation, all this is zero. I'm physical, that's it. So this aspect of what you are talking, your puja, your japa, your stotra, your yajna, your yaga, your vrata, nothing can give you this experience. This is a phenomenal state of you having 5 layers inside you, and each layer connected to each plane independently. That is a very, very solid, profound experience once you get that. And that is the reason you should go deeper. There is nothing like I sat 2 hours today, I sat 4 hours today. You cannot quantify the level of experience that you could get in meditation with 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours and all. Until you get that experience, you sit and you do whatever you need to do. So I'll give you an example, right? Paramahamsa Yogananda talks about it. With this, we'll stop for today. There is a simple saying, right? I have a house, in a slum area. I have a house in a decent, nicer community. Okay, a big house. Where do you want to sit all the time? Do you want to be in the slum, or do you want to be in the peaceful, happy place in the big house? I always want to be in a peaceful, happy place, big house. That is the difference between physical and astral. This big house, having everything happy, peace, is astral worlds. The physical world, the physical plane where you are, is all in slum. It's all glued. It's all, you see all these things coming your way. Everybody's pushing, everybody's, hitting, you see all this, whatever we see through your eyes, right? Between astral, I always want to be in that peaceful, happy, serene environment where my body is always emitting light. I am receiving light, the divine light, and I'm sending the divine light to everybody who is touching me, who is talking to me. I'm always in the peace state of being. Isn't that what every one of us want?
Correct.
Every one of us want. Yes, that's the purpose. That's how you enjoy life. That's how you become happy. That's how you become peaceful. No matter if two people are killing right in front of you, if a death comes in front of you, you are embracing it. You're not fearing, you're not running away. You're embracing it. Yes, please come. I'm not physical anymore. Why do I have to wait for my death to go to astral? Anyway, my physical body has to go to that. After I leave my body on earth, at my death, I have to go to astral. Why not go there at that time? Why can't I do it consciously right now in my meditation? Please ask that question. With that, we'll stop for today. It's about 10:10 now. Any last minute questions? Yeah, Asha ji, please go ahead.
I wanted to ask you if you could please repeat how the energy is coming in and going parallelly, horizontally, the way you said. Could you please repeat that so I can have some clarity so that I can use it in meditation?
Yes. So what happens, madam, is when you are getting the cosmic energy into your system, we always look at chakras as a vertical layers, one after other, one after. It is not like that. The energies that are coming inside you will go into Mooladhara, will go into Swadhisthana, or will go into Anahata, depending upon where the cleansing and activity needs to happen. The energies go parallelly into multiple areas of your chakras, energy centers. Don't call chakras, energy centers, and it will try to cleanse it. So you have two qualities that can better in your survival side of it. There may be 4 qualities that may get better in your heart chakra, heart area, right? And then there may be 2 that might happen in your Vishuddhi, in your throat chakra area, right, in the energy center. So when the energy comes, it kind of creates that pattern. It knows where to go, how to do it, and as long as you're not asking for it. The moment you ask for it, it only goes to that point, because now you have an intention. Wherever your intention goes, your energies go. So as long as you don't ask for it, it goes wherever it has to go. It will cleanse the system. The cleansing happens parallelly. So it is not like, first it has to clean the entire Mooladhara, then come the next stage of, Swadhisthana, then clean the whole thing, then go to Manipuraka. It doesn't work that way. Because each of these chakras are dependent. This energy center, they are dependent on each other. If this has to cleanse, some portion of this also has to cleanse together. Otherwise, this gets cleansing has no value. So these are interconnected internally, inside us. They're like this, interconnected. So when you are doing meditation, when you're taking that energy in the system, that system will automatically go into the areas wherever you have blocks, cracks, seals, it starts to correct all that. Let it naturally do it. All you need to do is sit for more hours. That's it. No intention, nothing. Let meditation happen. All
So,
you have to make sure is you have to be with your breath. That's it. Observe the breath, not with the thoughts. Observe the breath.
So, my next question is, basically, I was taking the breath from my root and trying to go all the way up to my Sahasrara and sit on there. And so the pipe was clogged because near my heart chakra, I was feeling heaviness and Manipura to lift. But when I lifted and tried, pushed myself and went all the way to the Sahasrara, I felt like a feather. So, uh, if I had this difficulty trying to push the energy all the way upwards to the Sahasrara, then I found that bliss state, and I was there for a long time. So this question is basically, I'm trying to articulate this question. So if there is some blockages or clogged in the pipe, and it was having that, it made me feel that heaviness. Now, is my energy really in the higher state to retain it? Because, I want to pass the energy to my project, or if I should focus on cleansing this, heaviness instead of passing the energy to my project.
See what happens, madam. First of all, when you are trying to take the air or the prana inside, and then you are moving it up and down, right? That is not Sukhamaya pranayama. That is not anapanasati, right? Now you are doing a you are doing a creatic process, right? You are playing
Yes.
with the prana. That's not anapanasati. Number two, in the anapanasati, what happens is the energies and the levels are automatically formed based upon your state. Whatever state you are on, the energy formation happens inside automatically. Whatever the cleansing, cleaning, healing, all those things naturally happen to you as to the state of where you are, how you are. Okay, there is no push and pull there. There is no friction. Everything happens naturally. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, like that you come into a state where you become more, more aware in your alter states and all that, right? Now the third question you asked is, hey, am I gonna focus on this aspect of what I have within my system, or am I gonna have it in the project, right? It depends as to what is superior to you. There is no this way or that way. Whatever your intention that you have at that time, your energy goes to that intention. That's it, period. It will not go anywhere else, because your intention, right? Your energy follows your intention, right? So if I am sitting in meditation, in first few minutes, I'm saying that, it has to go to something I'm working on. This meditation, all the energies, I'm sending it to the work that I'm doing. Then I sit on meditation. All the energy that I accumulate in that cycle of until I open my eyes, it will go to that intention or that work that I'm doing. It is as simple as that. So you will have to see what is the priority for you. Which one is superior? Is this work superior? Is this whatever you're going through is superior, right? But you have to understand that in anapanasati, you are not doing it. If you are doing it, then that is not anapanasati. That is not breath meditation.
Yeah, it is not breath
It
meditation.
is not breath meditation.
Yeah.
It won't work. Yeah. So if you are doing anapanasati, then it has to happen. Meditation is not doing. Meditation is happening. You are
Okay.
observing what is happening. You are observing as you start observing, you are withdrawing from your planes. Each physical layer, astral layer, mental. You're like going back. You're observing what is happening because of your awareness and expanded consciousness. You're able to see all that what is happening, and you can go very deep into it.
Yeah, that was in Anapanasati. I was going deeper and deeper, but also I was getting far away from my intention because you're more aware and you're knowing more and more about yourself. So in order for me to get, I was trying to push myself into focusing on the intention.
No, you say the intention at the start of your meditation and you leave it. That's it. All that energy will go there. That's it.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. All right, masters. At this time, I think it's about 10:20 now. So let's start to do meditation. We'll do probably till 11 o'clock today. A little late. Please sit very comfortably in your best postures. Again, let us do the meditation as with the understanding that we are the divine beings out to have human experience. And with a firm belief that I design my own life. I live the life my way. I am the architect of my life. We are the architects of our own life. Don't have any alter thinkings. Don't push yourself. Don't pull yourself. Don't think that life is all about injustice. God is there. God is only there a mere witness. As you are witnessing inside out, He is witnessing outside in. Sit very comfortably, my dear masters. Sit very comfortably. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath. सांसों के साथ जुड़े रहेंगे, सांसों को अपनाएंगे. The breath is such a beautiful thing. It connects the outer and the inner worlds. It's the bridge to our divinity. Let us become one with the breath. Be with your normal, natural, tranquil, soft, tender, beautiful, and wonderful breath, my dear masters. Knowing meditation is the greatest gift. And doing meditation is like being God. The more we do meditation, the more we realize that we are the one. I am that I am. Be with your normal, natural breath. Let the breath happen on its own course. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. When my body dies, I am not dying. I am just witnessing. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. Last 1 minute, masters. Last 1 minute. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly take your hands and put it on your eyes, masters. And whenever you're ready, very slowly open your eyes and look at your palms. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, masters. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity. Anyone would like to share experience or any questions? Please go ahead. No questions then. We'll call it. All right. We'll see you all tomorrow to our daily meditation and next week for the topic session. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.